All right, guys, it's time for the payoff. I know it's been a while for the old mule here, but we came up to the property. This is what I made this thing for. Anybody who's watched the channel, the second series of videos I did was on this. I repowered this. It was diesel, blown motor, had a broken crank. There's a playlist. I'll link it down below. You'll be able to see, like, if you want to watch the rebuild, putting this thing back together. I repowered it with a Briggs & Stratton Vanguard engine. So it's got a Briggs motor in it now. So it's more serviceable than the weird 3-cylinder diesel that's prone to crank breakage. Just so folks can see it, who haven't been part of the channel before. Yeah, just a Briggs Vanguard. Everything else is pretty much stock. I made this thing. I created this thing to use here at the property. As you can see, my parking area is limited, and it's up a pretty steep hill up to the cabins. And there's a lot of weather up here in upstate New York where this all turns to mush, and you really can't get cars up to drive up there. Today's kind of one of those days. It's a little soft. Plus, I have the trailer here because I brought the mule up, kind of plugged my own driveway. There is a second driveway over there that is much more rough terrain that I might drive through. But anyway, so yeah, I figured I'd do a quick, just a sort of final video on the old mule here, since it's now in the habitat that it was created for, and it kind of caps off the series. So yeah, follow along, I guess. You can, I'll show you guys it driving around, kind of cruise around the property a little bit. And I don't know if you guys like this kind of content. I mean, it's not automotive directly, but I've been working on this property now for a year. There's a stream, there's a lake. I've got 2 cabins that I've had to one of them I'm almost building from scratch. But anyway, onto the mule. So I'm going to load it up. I'm going to load stuff. I've got a propane fireplace in here I want to bring up. And then we'll get it up top and we'll drive around a little bit. All right, let's finish loading here and we will take a ride. I do think this will stay put. We're just going to take it easy. Slow and steady. All right. Stop here and grab propane tank. All right, just came down the hill. Cabin was up there. Brought the mule down. Not anything particular to do with it down here, really. Wow, it's not that low. This stream oftentimes gets really low. There's a beaver dam back there that dams this off a little bit, but there's actually quite a bit of water in it. It must have been rainy up here. It is pretty wet. Yeah, just thought I'd show you guys a little bit of the property, why the mule was here. It was good sitting there. It was a little bit touch and go coming down that hill. I kind of hit it fast. but we made it. So yeah, maybe I'll be able to film it driving back up. The beaver dam. Top of the beaver dam. The beavers do not like these pine trees. Someone made a bridge. Put this log here for sitting, stack some stuff up on it, and I have that's a military stove from the 50s. I think it's like a 52 date. And when we come up here, this is kind of what we try to do, is just sort of sit around and have a couple drinks and watch nature. Again, I know this isn't normal content for the channel, but just figured I work on a lot of this stuff, like the tractor and the excavator project, the Massey tractor that we're working on. That's all part of this. You know, it's up here is why I'm doing it. So let's get back in the mule. We'll drive back up the hill, and up there you can almost see my wife using a hydraulic splitter that I made that sits on the back of the tractor for splitting wood. I did that before I had the channel. Out of gear. Had a couple people message me on how to fix that. It's just a loose linkage, I think. Let's get this baby up the hill so we can load it with firewood in the back and use it for what we made it for. This thing in, and we're going to do some more firewood. Cleanup time. Getting the yard equipment in the shed, kind of loud. This shed's a military tent. I got it at a surplus for like 200 bucks. Put a front on it. Next up, can I get the quad? All right, we're back. You know, the trailer's home, hopefully for the season. A little bit different content this time. I mean, we normally do cars on the channel. The tractor, I mean, I guess you could call it a car. It's got 4 wheels. But this time I figured I'd show the payoff for the Kawasaki Mule. You know, I did that on the channel. It was the second thing I did on the channel. I had up at the property, you guys saw, if you watched the whole video, the hydraulic log splitter that runs on the PTO that I made. That tractor that was providing the PTO, I also did a whole thing on that. That stuff was before I started filming on YouTube. But if you guys like that kind of content, the up at the property nature, I mean, when I finish the excavator, I will be taking that up there and digging drain tile, trenches, and trying to fix a driveway and pulling stumps and doing all that stuff. You know, there's 2 cabins up there. I've had to do all kinds of electrical, plumbing, construction work. There's a lot of stuff that goes on up there. I don't film. because I kind of made this as an automotive channel, but there is crossover where I do the automotive stuff here and I bring it up there and use it. So if you guys like that content, the naturey sort of content, and seeing this stuff go to work, let me know in the comments down below. As always, like and subscribe. Would love to get the channel a little bit further down the road in terms of subscribers. So if you guys are watching, if you could just hit the subscribe button, it doesn't cost anything. That would be great. And I think next videos up will probably be either excavator tank, moving that over, or square back engine. They're both in process right now. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon, and thanks for watching.